there's a lot of confusion out there in terms of what is content marketing versus native advertising. And I hate the word native advertising because it really doesn't mean anything, and it sort of feels like a trick. It sort of feels like, well, it's not really advertising, so it's advertisers trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, right? This is an example of branded content that's labeled as advertising, but it's content marketing, and it's a fabulous content marketing. So Netflix is promoting Orange is the New Black, their second season, at the New York Times. So they bought some ad space with the New York Times, and it's for native advertising, which is essentially just content marketing. It's hosted at a subdomain, paidpost.newyorktimes.com. So in the URL, it actually is a advertisement. It's produced by New York Times Brand Studios. And it's about women inmates. The whole piece is about women inmates and why the male model for prisons doesn't work. So it's addressing the topic that the show is about, right? It is an article of issues women face in prison systems that were designed for men. It has video interviews with women inmates and the author of Orange is the New Black, upon which the show is based. The interviewees look a little bit like the characters in the show. So there's some parallels there. There's audio clips, infographic, related articles from the New York Times, and it's all presented by Netflix in Orange is the New Black. So the branding is obvious. It's obvious it's sponsored, but it's informative, it's interesting, it's compelling. The video interviews are wonderful. So it's a great example of using content to market a show. This is not new for Netflix. They also did one with Wired magazine, and this was on the changing nature of TV viewership. And so there's a fixed banner across the top of the page that doesn't scroll, so it stays constant as you're scrolling. They use parallax scrolling to tell the story, and the headline is TV Got Better. The article is about the changing, as I said, about the changing TV viewing habits. There's a poll, did you binge watch? It's got infographic results. There's a live stat, so as you scroll down the page, you encounter this live stat. It says viewers have watched X number of hours, X number of minutes, and X number of seconds of TV since you opened your browser, so it's interactive that way. Video interview with the producer of Arrested Development on how TV is changing. Interactive audio, there's author Grant McCracken on TV's Turn for the Better, and as you listen to the audio, the graphics illustrate what he's talking about with stats. There's a chart about the most talked about genres on Twitter, interactive TV timeline for TV historical milestones, so great visually oriented content piece that is promoting Netflix. So
it's a really extraordinary example of this type of content, and the writing is, up to the quality of the New York Times. What I'm wondering about is, do you have any idea what they spent on it?
I do not. I would be interested in finding that out, especially given the two publications that they ran it on, right? The New York Times and Wired, not inexpensive publication. Well, you can find me at e-strategyblog.com, on Twitter at @DErickson. You can find BL at whatsnextblog.com, at whatsnext on Twitter, at maximum-plus.com for all things Google+. And Chef, why don't you tell everybody where everybody can find you at your various places?
Well, I'm pretty easy to find. I'm AskChefDennis.com, and on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I'm AskChefDennis. So pretty much if you Google that, you're going to come across me in a bunch of different places.
And on those places, we'll find information about the virtual bloggers conference that you're hosting next week. And one of the things that we didn't point out is that it's free.
It's free, absolutely free.
So we thank you for joining us, and we will timestamp the video so that you can go to any segment that you want to see, and we will post it on the Beyond Social Media Show blog and on our Google Plus page. And we'll see you next week when our special guest will be Scott Scowcroft, who will talk to us about the Scott treatment of videos that you're just really going to want to learn about. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.